Hello again. Tonight I want to try an experiment. I'd like to try looking at the camera when I speak to you. I'm told that when people use webcams and set themselves up for private videoing to do this sort of work, it's very difficult for them to actually look at the audience because they can't imagine it. You're presented with a small round object with an eye in the middle that's black and doesn't respond or blink or tell you anything. Simply looks at you, and it's quite ominous as you face it. I am imagining people sitting in front of a video screen or in front of a PC screen or maybe some other medium on an overhead projector, watching me talk and listening to what I might have to say. That's, of course, if it's interesting. Some of you by now would have already turned off. But the aim of the game, I'm told, is to actually engage with the people you're talking to. And the way to do that, of course, in the real world, is to look people in the eye. So I'm trying to do that now. One of the subjects that I'm very passionate about is the art of listening, which I probably pursue out of deference to my own lack of skill in that area. Trying to listen to someone takes a great deal of skill, as you have to remove from your thought process the filtering and the already listening that goes on when you engage in conversation. Particularly if you have some experience in an area where you're either an expert or have knowledge, or where there's something at risk if you don't show or have some contribution. Your already listening state is enriched or enhanced. Enriched is probably the wrong word, but it's enhanced to the point where you can't hear what's being said to you. So, for example, if I tell you that you don't look so well, or that your appearance is dowdy, you will hear only one thing: an insult. You won't hear that your appearance is dowdy. In fact, I'm trying to tell you something to encourage you, because I think it's important that you look good as my friend. And I will try and encourage you to do that. But by presenting you with those facts, your listening is that you don't look dowdy, that you're insulted. Because how dare I make judgment on your persona? So the fact is, if I just said, perhaps we can improve our appearance by changing the way we dress a little bit so people see us and present. That would be a long-winded way of getting the point over. But it may actually get a conversation. What do you mean? Well, sometimes I feel when we go into a meeting that we don't present so well. I mean, I think I try to dress well and I get reaction from people. And I'm not sure what you feel, but do you feel the same? If the conversation is such that you don't get the right answer, then you may have to go to another step and say, well, some of the feedback I've got when people comment on is that you actually would look great if you changed your hairstyle or combed your hair, or people notice your shoes are dirty. They just notice that. I'm not sure it's important, but they do, and it distracts from the conversation. So listening to people is not only about looking at the camera. It's also taking on board the essence of what we're told. In a sales process, we're always looking for some way of making the customer comfortable, or the prospect comfortable. But there's nothing wrong with saying, I don't understand your process. It doesn't make sense. I think we can help you with that, but I need to understand that better because it's confusing to people outside. Can you help me with that? And that way we get engagement that will bring people on board. If we don't, then we didn't have the listening anyway, as people disengage. So we may have to try another tack. So tonight, hopefully, as I look into your eyes, and I can see you all there now, those that are left, glued to my face, Instead of looking down at that picture on the screen of myself, which now I see myself, I think, why would you bother? But having got you in the situation where now I'm looking straight at you, because I can imagine your eyes now, I feel much more comfortable with what I'm saying. In that it's not about me now, it's about you. And if I can't convince you to continue to take on board what I'm trying to say, then I've failed. And there's nothing more to be said. Thank you.